took out the gold medal in what could have been her first nationals. You can see on the start sheet there is our athletes in the women's ambulant 800 metres. Belinda Scott, Alicia Burt, Chloe Iwanoshko, Kirsty Newcomb and Stephanie Schweitzer. I've had a bit of practice with Iwanoshko. She was a New South Wales athlete, so you got to make sure you say them all right. I'm not sure what the classifications are for Belinda, Kirsty and Stephanie. And if I look at the screen out here, it looks like they're all T20, except for Newcomb, who's a 38. So there's Belinda Scott there. Alicia Burt. Sister's been a medalist over the 100 metres at national champs previously. Chloe Iwanoshko there. Kirsty Newcomb. And on the outside, Stephanie Schweitzer. So with these athletes, with the majority of them being the same classification, these athletes will know before they work off the world record percentages who's more likely to take the gold. So the first of the T20 athletes over the line will know at least a silver medal, minimum, depending on how Kirsty Newcomb goes. So that's out in front, Schweitzer, followed by Scott. And it looks like Burt, Iwanoshko and Newcomb. And obviously got some 8s here. We'll see some 8s a bit later on this evening. The men's open, 800 metres. The ambulant women just warming up the track. And maybe the conditions will worsen. These girls are... Lane 1's usually the wettest lane on a rainy day, isn't it? It's a bit unfortunate we're getting some distance events tonight.
Sometimes the water seems to sort of drift into that lane 1 and pool a little bit, especially if there's been a lot of rain. The drainage can be overflowing. Sometimes it's tough to keep up with so much rain falling down. But just as the athletes go through for the bell lap, I just want to say it's fantastic to see Belinda Scott in uniform. It's good to see she's out there representing New South Wales in the New South Wales kit. Now, obviously, with the juniors, it's compulsory for them to go out there and compete in the uniform, where with the Opens, they do have a choice. They can go out and compete with a uniform, or they can choose to compete in their own, whether it be a club, sponsor, or the like. I'm a supporter of state territory uniforms out there. One, it's easier for us. We actually know where they're from just by visually looking at them. So we know Belinda Scott's from New South Wales, where with some of these other athletes, they can be in all sorts of different uniforms, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. But I think just watching the juniors and then watching the seniors, it has a bit of a special feel when you see these athletes out there representing their state or territory.
Proud to wear their colours of their state. As you see, coming into the home straight, Stephanie Schweitzer with a big lead from Belinda Scott. Alicia Burt doing her best to try and close that gap. But Schweitzer guaranteed at least a silver medal here as she crosses the line. 2:29.73, the unofficial winning time. Belinda Scott from New South Wales crossing in second place, and Alicia Burt. Chloe Iwanoshko next to go, and that's Kirsty Newcomb, T38 athlete. We'll have to see. They compare their times to the world record off a percentage and see just how close they can get, and that will determine our medals.
Great run there by Schweitzer to take that one out. But also Belinda Scott, she's only, I believe she's only recently been classified as a para-athlete. She completed that down in the ACT just a couple of weeks ago. And look, she's happy. She's